Hot take from a former English examiner. Analyzing structure is not about analyzing structural features so much as it is about analyzing audience positioning. What does that mean? So audience positioning is just essentially how you as a reader are placed as you go through a text. How are you being made to feel? How are you being made to think as you go through? That is positioning. So one of the best approaches to analyzing structure in an exam is, what is the first impression that I am given? What first impression am I being given by it starting in this way? How is that impression reinforced, sustained, challenged, created through contrasts throughout the middle of the piece? And finally, what am I left with at the end? Which is why so many teachers recommend going for the beginning, middle, and end approach to analyzing structure rather than going, quite foolishly, this has a long sentence, this is a short one, this paragraph is longer than that one, kind of out of stuff to say. Think about what is happening in the text in terms of the way that things are put together and that's effect on you. So if you are given a particular first impression, and by the end you were given something completely different, then what has been done? You have been positioned to be manipulated. Think about structure as how you were being manipulated by things other than the words themselves. Think about the placement of ideas. Think about the contrasts throughout. Think about juxtapositions of certain concepts. Think about the beginning versus the end. Think about how things build up. Think about any changes in the way that things are told, from kind of discursive to narrative to dialogic. Something is planted early on as a seed and then exploited later on in the piece of writing. What you are looking at all the way through is how you are being manipulated in terms of feelings and thoughts with how these things are positioned on the page. That is what you're doing, so much more than going, this line is quite long, makes you feel a bit tired and bored. Nah, hot take.